back. Today I'll be using something that I've had a long time in my stash, sent by a friend, Mr. John Flores. Thank you very much. He sent me a bunch of samples. He's actually sent me a number of things that I've yet to try. It's been my backlog. So today will be the Holy Black Elixir. This is a spring release. I think it was first released in 2017, and they do a limited run, I think, every year since then. I believe they have some in stock now, or they had some last week, at least last I checked. But for the uninitiated, the Holy Black has been around since 2013. They have this unique style of like this vintage apothecary barbershop imagery and all their products. It's kind of an old style. As you can see, the font, everything looks like this. Even their samples look good. So they're known for very good packaging. They do use tins, but they're one of the few artisans that use tins that I don't see people complain about it much, just because it looks so cool and vintage looking. But they so they're going for that look, and they started primarily as a shaving type or grooming type business, and that's what mostly what they do. They make a lot of hair products now, and they're known for these high-end releases of like very like ornate handmade jars, ceramics, boxes that look very vintage looking, and they're usually come at a high cost and are sought after. Usually sell out within like an hour or so. They only make a couple of hundred limited releases. They do them every few months. They market them really well, and they always sell out, so props to them for that. I've never personally used them before, so this will be my first time, my first impressions of the Holy Black ever, so looking forward to talking about it, so stick around, we'll get it going. This scent is incredibly complex, and the scent notes are as long as your arm, and I actually had to use a dry erase marker on my mirror here because it's so long. It's one of the longest ones I've ever used. So the notes are as follows. It's citrus, applewood, sandalwood, cedar, oak moss, patchouli, rum, hay, cinnamon, cardamom, bergamot, tobacco, birch, ginger, tonka bean, allspice, vanilla, and bourbon. And that's like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like 18 or 19 notes. It's a huge list, and it is a very nice scent as it sounds. The out of the container, it's on. I would say it's mid to higher mid, maybe about a 7, 6.5 to 7, and it is much sweeter out of the container than it is lathered. I get a lot of the applewood and the tobacco, rum, bourbon, and vanilla with some allspice thrown in the background. Lathered, I smell a lot more of the tobacco and birch, the patchouli, and the cedar. And those, I feel like the sweet notes kind of take a back seat to this like more masculine, smoky woodiness. It's a good thing. It's if you open this or you try this for the first time and it seems a little too sweet for you, just lather it up, and that may change your mind. It evens out a lot. It's well blended. It really took me a minute to figure out what I was smelling here. It's kind of hard to distinguish what is coming out, just because there's so much going on. Because of the sweetness dies down, I think the scent strength dials back a little bit to about a 6, possibly a 5.5 once you lather it. So it's goes from upper mid to medium, squarely medium. But I think if you don't mind smokiness in your scents, then this is something that you will enjoy. It's not overly tobacco-y when lathered, but it is there, so be aware of that if you don't like tobacco scents. But birchy scents, like Unforgiven by Mickey Lee Soapworks, if you like that, it's like a more subdued version of that with a lot of sweetness thrown in. More of a men's fragrance rather than just like a dirty, smoky type thing. This is a little more refined than something like that, but I like both. I can't think of a single scent that I've tried that smells exactly like this. I can only pick things that have common notes but don't have this complex of a chord. TryThatSoap.com has listed the Submariner by Reef Point Soaps as a 50% match. And that's really not that high of a match in my opinion, so this is pretty unique. All right, since this is my first time using the Holy Black, first pass, no tonking. All right, second pass underway here. This is a vegan-based soap. To my knowledge, they haven't. I don't know when they last reformulated or if they've ever reformulated. Can say that performance is good, but I would not put it anywhere close to the upper tier of a lot of the products that are out now. Some of the newer artisans that have been coming out in the last couple of years. I don't think it really holds a candle to an above average tallow soap. It's got good slickness. Residual slickness is average to good, I guess. I would not do it. I would not buff my neck. So if you have average to tough skin, I don't think you would have to worry about it. But somebody with sensitive skin like me, especially on my neck, I would not buff or get too buff happy, if you will. In fact, I'm not going to do any more on my neck. I'm just not going to push it. Mileage varies for sure. I saw one review on their website. The guy said it rivals Berries to a Man, and I think that's just a load of bull hockey. I don't think it's anywhere close to that performance. Maybe it was. I didn't look at the date. Maybe it was comparable to the White Label or their vegan formula. I don't know. It's been a long time since I used White Label, but I would think even then White Label would still be in more upper tier if you could dial it in. Yeah, this will give you a good shave. You just it's not what I'm used to lately. What I've been using. The volume of the lather is it's nice. It's got a good volume. It's peaky, as you can see. It's not overly dense or anything. Properly hydrated. It's like right now it has a sheen. I had some water to it, so I guess it's more like Cool Whip. But the first lather I put on my face had like no sheen at all, and it's more like a meringue. So I guess it just depends on how much water you use. I wasn't a fan of how thin it got with how much water I used. So I guess it's like an average thirst. So, but it's pretty decent, as you can see. So not bad, not great. I don't think performance-wise it justifies the $18.99 price tag of a lot of their soaps, of their average soaps. I'm not sure where this one places. If it's still available, I will put it in the video, like right here. But there's soaps like Sterling and Stubble Buster that perform better for much less of a cost. But the price you're paying for is the presentation and the scent notes. So scent notes are very good on this, and this is probably worth having just for the scent alone. Just know it's not going to be like Holy Caw or Berries to a Man. It is a vegan-based soap, if that matters to you. It doesn't matter to me. I'll use vegan or tallow. I think there's artists who blur the line. I don't think this blurs the line between tallow and vegan, though. Whatever that means. I think it just depends on the soap maker. Chris Cullen at Cody's Bubbles makes a soap that's as good as, if not better than, a lot of tallow soaps out there. So it just depends on the formula you use and all that. So I think they would probably do a reformulation. But I will say, though, they're still marketing their things fine, and they sell their stuff fine. So who knows? What do I know? This is just my opinion, and what I say probably won't affect too much of what they do. But I would like to see them bump up the performance some. So that's just my opinion. That's how it goes. We'll be back with my final thoughts. Back. A pretty decent post-shave feel. Nothing to complain about. No dryness. Nothing. My face didn't feel drawn or anything, so good there. But you see, my neck is red, and I didn't shave any different than I normally do. And I used a blade and razor combo that I've used before, and so I can't quite figure if it's razor burn at this point or if it's a reaction to the allspice that is in here. But I have used the aftershave already. I put some witch hazel on, that's calmed it down. The aftershave, there might be a little burn. There's a little bit of redness here too, and I'm just not sure if that's razor burn or, like I said. So, but talking about the aftershave scent, it smells a lot more, at least on the initial spray and application. It smells a lot like the soap does, but even sweeter. So a lot of the sweet notes of vanilla, the bourbon, the rum, tonka bean, cinnamon, cardamom, applewood, like those scents are more at the forefront of this. We'll see how it dries down, but the skin feel of this aftershave is actually quite nice. It's actually makes my face feel even better, but yeah, it's not good, so I'm definitely going to have to wait a little bit and put some balm on. If it doesn't go away, I'll probably have to wash it off. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if I had the same experience with something that doesn't have allspice in it. So it's just hard to tell. They killed it with the scent. I really love the scent. The performance, the packaging is great. Performance just needs a little boost, in my opinion, especially for vegan soap and today's market and crowded elite performing soap base. So we'll leave it at that. Post your thoughts to the Holy Black below if you have any comments to make. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.